class from now onwards, and we have seen the revision about the French Revolution, I hope, and we have completed the Geography Climate chapter. Yes or no, my dear students? Yes. Please go through it. Definitely this climate chapter is very important. Only then you can know the climatical changes that is happening around us. Similarly, French Revolution is also very important because you have a continuation of that chapter in the 10th. Without understanding the French Revolution, you cannot study the chapter that is Rise of Nationalism in Europe, which you will be studying in 10th standard. So better go through it, my dear students, understand it clearly. Okay, come. Let us get into the revision. Today we are going to see about the physical features of India. So what are the physical features of India and how we will be dealing with the 1 mark question, 3 mark question and 5 mark question, how it is going to come. And what are the key words you are supposed to write while you are writing 3 mark question as well as 5 mark question I will take. Okay. So maximum the question pattern will be in such a way that you will have 21 mark questions. All the 1 mark may not be the multiple choice. You may have true or false. You may have assessing and reasoning, match the following, fill in the blanks. All these types of questions will be coming. So better we will be preparing ourselves in such a way that we will be writing short answers so that the answer will be known to us. So whether it comes in the form of a match the following, fill in the blanks or in the form of true or false, we will be able to give answer. Okay, come, let us go. So first question that we are going to see is, what are the 2 main causes of rock displacement? So rock is going to get displaced from the earth's surface. So what are all might be the reason for that is fault. Fault means an mistake or a crack or something that has been created. Then you can find fold or volcano activity. So these are the reasons that may lead to the displacement of a rock from a particular area in the earth's surface. Okay, my dear students? Okay. So next thing, mention 3 types of plate movement. We have seen, right? Plate movement, divergent, convergent and transform. So these are the 3 types of plate movement of the earth's surface. Okay. Third question, name any 4 factors which are responsible for creating and modifying the relief to its present form. So they are asking you what is the factor that is going to create or modify the relief which is present now. So that is, the reasons are weathering, erosion, deposition. So these are all the things which will make. Beyond this we have geographical activity which also takes place, that is earthquake. So you might have heard about earthquake, right? So those earthquake and volcano eruption might be the reason for creating and modifying the relief features of the present, like forming a new mountain or a plain area or a slopy area might be formed because of these reasons. Yes? Okay. So what is a convergent boundary? So how will you write that? It is a boundary which is formed due to the movement of tectonic plates towards each other. So which is moving towards each other. So it is going to move towards each other. That is the keyword you are supposed to write. Then the transform boundary is that the boundary which is formed when 2 plates move horizontally each other. Horizontally is known as the keyword. So horizontally passing each other. So that is the answer. Then they may ask you how the movement of tectonic plates may happen. Vertical, horizontal, linear wise, parallel wise they will give. So how will you give the answer? Which is the correct answer? Horizontal passing of the plates is known as the transform plate movement. Okay, that. Then divergent boundary. It is the boundary which is being formed when 2 plates move away from each other. They are going to move away from each other. That is the important keyword. Okay. Then what is Gondwana land? Gondwana land is the ancient supercontinent. Yes. So it is an ancient supercontinent which is present in the southern hemisphere. Okay, and in present aspect you will have these countries, that is South America, Africa, Australia, Antarctica will be included in this. Okay. Then what is Khadar? Khadar means the young alluvial which is being formed out of the flood in the river basins is known as the Khadar. Then you can find, like, name some of the disposal feature formed by the rivers in the plains. So how they are being formed in the plain areas? Through the flood, through the channel bags and the bluff which is being created by them. Because of that this is being formed. What is an distributary? Distributary is the river, their lower courses where they form a numerous channel. Number of channels will be formed by them, and examples you can have Hooghly, okay, and Meghna is a distributary river of Ganga. So it is an example which you can write. Then what is Bhadar? Bhadar is an old alluvial which is being formed in the northern plain through the deposition of the river flowing. Okay, and the northern part of Himalaya lies between Indus. Name the part of Himalaya which lies between Indus and the Satluj. Which Himalaya is lying over there? It is Punjab Himalaya. So Punjab Himalaya is lying between the Indus and Satluj. It is also known as Purvachal. We might have studied. Do you remember? West to east. Okay, and it is also known as Kashmiri Hill and Himachal Himalaya representatives. Okay, so this is what it is. Then name the most continuous range of Himalayas containing the lofty peaks. So which mountain will have lofty peaks? It is Greater Himalaya, Inner Himalaya or Himadri. So this is what will be having the lofty peaks. Okay, so this is what is about 1 mark, my dear students. So keywords I have given you, please do refer it and write. Then 3 mark questions. So first very important 3 mark question is explain the theory of tectonic plates or explain the theory of plate movement. This is how the question will be. So according to the theory, the crust of the earth is being formed out of 7 major and 7 minor plates. Okay, so these plates moves that lead to the fold, fault or volcano eruption. So this causes certain category, certain aspect will happen when this happens. So convergent boundary, divergent boundary, transferent boundary. So convergent boundary is when plate come towards each other and fold is being formed. So convergent boundaries, because of convergent boundaries you can find fold is being formed. Then through the divergent boundaries you can find when it is moving each other and the fault is being created. Transferent movement which is happening, no? So they may collide or even slide each other with where it will form an slopy areas. Okay, so this is the very important 3 mark question. Then you have what is the difference between tributary and distributary. So tributary is the river which joins the main river. Okay, distributary is the river which is originating from the main river. Okay, then the next point for that tributary is it increases the volume of the water. It forms a new river mouth, that is distributary. Then it is gradually found in the upper or the middle course of the river, but it will be found, tributaries will be found in the lower course of the river. Example of tributary is Ganga, Yamuna. Okay, example of distributary is Hooghly of Ganga. Okay, then next 3 mark question is name the 3 major divisions of Himalayas from the north to the south. So So we have three divisions, right? The northmost range, which is known as the Greater Himalaya, Inner Himalaya, Himadri, right? It is a continuous range which contains a lofty mountain. We know the features. It is around 6,000 meter height. So these are all the key words which you are supposed to write. So it consists of lofty mountain. Its average height is 6,000 meters. Consists of the prominent Himalayan peaks. Okay, and the southern region of Himadri, you can find the Himachal, which is located, is known as the Lesser Himalaya. Less in the south of Himalayas. Okay, it forms the rugged mountains system, and this range mainly composed of high pressure areas and alternative rocks which will be present, and will be at the altitude of 3,700 to 4,500 meters, and the width of the Himalayas 50 kilometer. Okay, then outer range, how the outer range is there, that is the Shivalik, which is the height is 900 to the 1,100 meters. It ranges composed of unconsiderable sedimentation deposition which happens in the down of the river or in the foothills of the Himalayas, have lot of fertility, and these foothill ranges now they are represented by the southmost division of Himalayas, and where we have the Kadar and Bangar type of alluvial soil that is getting deposited, which makes the northern plains very fertile. So these are the points which you are supposed to write for the three major division of Himalayas from the north to the south. That is Himadri, Himachal and Shivalik, which you are supposed to write with their distance, mean height, that is altitude and the width. An important character, they are having high peaks, that should be mentioned. Lofty should be mentioned. Then name the southmost range of Himalaya. Mention four characteristics of them. Southmost range of Himalaya is the Himalaya, which is called as Shivalik, right? Shivalik. So this is a range which has been ranging from 5,000 to 1,100 meters, and it is above the sea level. It is extending its width to 10 to 50 kilometers. This is all very important points, and it has been formed by mud, silt and softy rock deposition, and it even has some porous rocks which will even lead to the earthquake and landslide which may happen in that area. And this is a narrow valley which has been created in the Shivalik. They are called as the dunes, sand dunes or module dunes which will be created. You might be hearing about the Dehradun. This is situated in onsets of the valleys. Okay, so next we will see about the 5-mark questions. Why are northern plain important for agricultural production? So why it is important? Because of the deposition of alluvial soil. Vast amount of alluvial soil is deposited because the river that is flowing from the Himalayas brings the moist and fertile soil. So that is getting deposited in the foothills. Foothills means the northern plains of the Himalayas. So the fertility of the soil is being rich. So the agricultural activity is possible in that area. That is the main aspect. Then you can see that around 7 lakh people are being dependent on agriculture over 7 million years, and this is a fertile land. The plain is being about 2,400 kilometers and the long, and 240 to 320 kilometers broader in its size. So it has a dense population because of the physiographical division that is present. This soil is rich, which covers the adequate water also. So it is in fertile area, and also it has sufficient supply of water to that particular area, which is favoring the agricultural activity to happen. Similarly, you can also find that climatical factor. Climate is also favoring the central part, that is the northern plain of India, which is being enriching its own self with the agricultural activity. So the agriculture is being flourishing in the northern plains. Okay, so this is what is about the why is northern plain agricultural productions are important. Okay, then Next thing is which three river system from the northern plain of India mention their features. So you can find the northern plains which has been having the major river is Indus, Ganga and Brahmaputra. So we are going to explain about it. So Indus is an tributary from the western part of the northern plain where it is referred as in Punjab plain. So as it is entering towards, when I am teaching you the chapter itself, I told you when it is entering from the Pakistan to the Indian continent, Indian place, you can find it will be entering through the Punjab. 5 tributaries will be entering, so only we call that as Punjab. Okay, large part of the plain lies in this Pakistan. Then the Ganga plain which has been extending between the Gagra Tisi river, it spreads over the state of northern aspect, that is Himadri, where you have the Himachal Pradesh and the Haryana, Punjab, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar and parts of Jharkhand and West Bengal. These areas you can find the river that has been flowing. Then they extend over 10 to 50 kilometers and their altitude varying from 9,000 to 10,000 ranges. Okay, so this is the explanation that you can give for the rivers. Then the most often asked question is distinguish between the Western Himalaya and the Eastern Himalaya. So Western Himalaya spreads over the Jammu Kashmir, Himachal Pradesh, Jharkhand, Uttar Pradesh, and the spread of West Bengal, Sikkim, Bhutan and Himachal Pradesh. So you can see, you can just imagine the Himalayas have been spreading in such a way that Jammu Kashmir, Himachal Pradesh, Jharkhand, and you can find Uttar Pradesh. Then again West Bengal, in West Bengal, Assam, Bhutan, Arunachal Pradesh. These areas we have the Garo-Khasi Jaintia hills. Yes. So Western Himalayas are very higher. They are medium height. The Indus river that is flowing, which passes through the Western Himalayas only. So Brahmaputra is the main river which is passing through the Bay of Bengal. The average rainfall that is received is in Bay of Bengal is around 100 centimeter. But if you see in Eastern Himalaya, the average rainfall is 200 centimeter. So these are all the important keywords we are supposed to write when you are writing your answer script, my dear students. So keywords can be underlined with pencils, or you can separately write the keywords using different color pen. Like if you are writing with a blue pen, keywords alone can be written in black pen. Okay, so that is how you are supposed to present your papers. Okay, all the best for your quarterly examination, students. Continue studying. Okay, bye students.